Okay, so my live video did not work out as I had hoped. Facebook decided to crop it into a square, and you obviously can't really see a lot of the details if Facebook does that. So here we go again. Um, Playgrounds. So now you don't just see the playground screen. In the most recent update, I added two other screens that you can get to. Playgrounds is one, pattern collections is one, and patterns is one. And maybe I'll rename it to imported patterns. So pattern collections, this screen already exists. So if you go to a playground, you'll see that if you choose collections, that's exactly what this screen is. Um, then if you go to the design center and select add to collections, same screen here. I just updated it so that um, you could actually now see your a preview of what's in your collection before having to go to it. So let's go back to those new features here, starting with patterns. We'll start here with patterns. Basically, it was taking a long time for people to import a lot of patterns, and so I added a pattern screen so that you can import them really quickly. So now if you hit the plus button, you get the camera option, the photo library option, and if you select the photo library option now, it'll take you right to your photo library, and you can just select exactly what you want. So you can select all of these if you wanted to. I'm just going to select three. And then it'll take you to an import screen where you then title each of your imports. So I'm just going to call this virus 1. Let's see, virus 1, virus 2, and virus 3, because they're like little coronaviruses. So anyways, now that I've named all of them, so you can transition just by tapping on each item. Now I can just hit crop and really quickly crop each one to be exactly how I want it to look. And just like the other cropper, you have, access to different aspect ratios, and you can rotate it if you want by tapping the little rotate button. And so anyways, just makes it nice and easy to quickly add to your collection. So then you can hit the finish button, saves the imports. You can see I have virus 1, virus 2, virus 3 there. Now the other cool thing about this is creating collections was also a time-consuming process because you'd have to go into the playground, to the design center, select an item, hit add to collection, go through that process. Instead, now you can just select these and hit add to collection. When you have anything selected, it'll give you the option to add to collection. So I'll just hit add to collection. Now it brings me back over to the pattern collection screen, and it says select a collection to add the patterns to or clear the patterns. So if I hit clear, it'll just wipe those out, and then I'll just have to come back over here to the pattern screen, select those again, and then I can go ahead and create this virus collection again, and it'll ask me if I want to add it to the new collection I added, and I say add. And now you can see I've got my virus, and I can come in here. The other cool thing is now this collections editor, or where you add more items to your collection, you'll see that there's the paint palette now. So it'll actually pop up the design center. So I could go to my imported now. I could select one of these, and now I could actually create different patterns, or I can add different pattern variations directly to um, my collection right from the collection editor. Rather than having to go back to the design center, I can just pop the design center in up right here, and I can just keep making different variations um, and keep adding them in. So those are a few of the new features that I added. A lot of bug fixes were added as well. Um, One bug in particular was dealing with making bigger items using the single block, where 2 updates ago it would do the exact same thing as the multi-block. You add a block in, you hit done. It puts them all in the same spot. Well, so that's fixed now. If you select 4 using the single block, it'll add the appropriate size to fill up the region that you selected. The other thing that I made work a lot better is now you can actually select an odd shaped region, something like this, and it will actually fill up that region more appropriately. Before it was kind of doing some weird skewed version of it, but now it will actually fill up an odd shaped region and it will scale it to fill that instead of pasting in and looking odd, which is kind of what was happening before. So fixed an issue with that. So that's pretty much it.